Ian Marshall scored twice against his old club Everton, including the decisive one. And it's Oldham attacking the goal to our left. And that went under Gary Pallister. He won't want that to happen too much, particularly not in the last third of the field. Phelan. Good cover by Holden. Good play by the skipper. Barlow's appearance at Wembley was as a schoolboy playing rugby league before the Rugby League Cup final. Here goes Andy Ritchie. And Holden trying to follow it through to get round behind Phelan, but a bit of a mess between Phelan and Jim Leighton, about which there were no words. And the first corner of the match is to the second division side. Holden will take it. Marshall on the near post. Holden again. Trying to change the angle. An awkward one, and Barrett! Earl Barrett, the scorer. What a mess for Manchester United. What a delight for Oldham Athletic. He just had to stand there and wave his foot as the ball came across. Ritchie went for it. I must say he looks a bit offside in that position, but the goal is given. Oldham have the lead.
Well, what an amazing start. Really, Rick Holden nearly got on the first ball across the face of the goal, and Michael Phelan cut it out, and they were lucky to get away with that. And then Ricky Holden, it was again, whipped in across. He's been so effective, hasn't he, either side with those whipped in crosses. And as you say, Andy Ritchie just, I think, took the eye off the ball for Jim Leighton, and there it was, Earl Barrett. Couldn't believe it, 5 yards out, open goal, 1-0.
Hughes. Barrett. Bruce. And Robson! It's 1-1! He's done it again, including a replay. That's 4 semi-finals running in which he scored. Beautifully played through. And Robson always got a touch on it, but couldn't keep it out. Excellent first time ball. Always may count himself a little unlucky, but Brian Robson has done it again.
Lovely touch through as Oldham tried to play the offside, and there it is.
10 minutes of the half remaining. The score 1-1. Scores Barrett and Robson. This is Redfern and Bruce, and that's a corner. Marshall and Ritchie. Marshall comes a little off the line to be in line with the near post. Ritchie is blatantly pushed. Doesn't complain about it, but was certainly pushed. Leighton just got him out of the way. It's gone for another corner. And the referee, in fact, went to have a word there with Jim Leighton. At the back is Holden, but trying to get round Steve Bruce. He couldn't direct the header. Look at that. No question about it. He got away with it. Webb, not comfortable for Holden. Nice touch by McClare. Ince still. Good vision. Phelan. Barrett's header. Ritchie to the right. Bruce goes with him. Good running on by Owen. Marshall is waiting, so is Holden. This is Marshall! This is Holden. corner, says the referee. But they got caught out down their left flank then, Manchester United, because Owen just kept running. Suddenly found he was on his own with the ball in a fair amount of space. Ritchie in front of Leighton again. Marshall just further out. Good punch, but it comes straight to Henry. Off the line by Ince. And forget that I said good punch, because it wasn't. Under pressure from Ritchie, it was a pretty poor punch, and Leighton was fairly fortunate to get away with it. Henry denied by Paul Ince. Comfortably cleared by the man on the line. Well, even so.
Two escapes there, really. The first one was a great run down the right by Irwin, who whipped in the cross, and Marshall's header was blocked by Pallister. And then again there, Henry, a low drive. There was Paul Ince doing his job at what he was put there for on the line and hooking it away. But they do like to get the fullbacks, Irwin and Barlow, forward. And at the moment, certainly Oldham reacted better than Manchester United haven't got level, really.
Phelan did well. Hughes. McClare. Webb pulls away. It's coming out to Robson, and it got deflected for the corner. United player is down. It's Brian Robson, and I think he just fell awkwardly as he came through. Webb did well here because he went one way, then pulled back, but just couldn't pull back enough. And they're all committed. The weight's all the wrong way. In comes Robson. Two go to challenge him. And off one, the ball went for the corner. Driven in, and it's Ritchie who clears spectacularly after Hallworth had missed equally spectacularly. That's an awkward one. Foul on the goalkeeper by Bruce.
We're not no shortage of goalmouth incident, is there? That one, Brian Robson again surging through late, and Irwin, with a combination and a bit of help from Barrett, both got up and just blocked it. Otherwise, there was a second goal for the man himself.
Well, has Joe Royle's 41st birthday been spoiled by a man he's very happy to acknowledge as a close friend, Alec Ferguson and his team. 1-1 it is. Well watched by Martin. Foot was high by Milligan, and the referee wants to talk to Mike Milligan. But no major problems for Gibson. Webb. Oh, that's a nasty one. And John Hallworth decided to watch it, and I think Barrett is telling him that just maybe he made the wrong decision, but he survived. Webb can take the corner. Number 7 for Manchester United. It's a lucky number for some people. Comfortably away by Owen, and it's all square, with Earl Barrett opening the scoring in the 6th minute, and Brian Robson scoring the equaliser in the 29th. Plenty of incident, all to play for. Half-time, 1-1. Final check of Joe Worrell's watch. Are we to get decision in the next 45 minutes? Or will there be extra time in this one as well? Webb. And Barlow. Ince. Robson. Tried to get the right way, didn't quite give it enough. Pass was intended for Webb, trying to return the compliment. Set up Webb, having set up Robson for United's goal in the first half. Away by Martin. Free kick against Hughes. And I wonder, Trevor, what the managers would have been saying at half-time, because Joe Royle must feel his side have played very well. Alec Ferguson probably feels that his side didn't play that well, and yet it's 1-1.
I think, as you say, Oldham, Joe Royle would have been the better pleased, and I thought they finished the second half very well, and then Manchester United sort of Webb there playing through, and Robson coming back into the team, gradually edged their way back into the fray. I thought Paul Ince played well in midfield, and sort of the back four had an edgy start, didn't they? The equaliser settled those down, and certainly probably now, as I say, it's been important to gain the initiative early in this second half of one side or the other.
Willie Donachie in the foreground, the former Manchester City player, Joe Royle's number 2. And Joe Royle with a comment to make. Wallace hopeful of a first touch. New challenge for Barlow as an out-and-out winger, if that's the way he's being asked to play. First round to Barlow. Phelan. Slightly stubbed it, but it comes to Gibson. And it's Webb. There was a little hesitation, and Webb is engulfed. Came across to Gibson, it was slightly mishit, I think, but the early header in, and it was Webb. It came more off his forehead, the ball hitting that rather than the reverse. He was turning with a goalkeeper who decided to come late, and Manchester United have the lead. Neil Webb is their scorer. Could be useful. Redfern needed Bruce to play it. The new skipper demanding concentration. Owen. Redfern got away. It's a good cross. Marshall! What an unbelievable day this is. It was a good cross. Redfern got away from Ince. It was half clear, but only to Marshall, who thumped it into the far bottom corner. And it's 2-2. Really did well then, Redfern. And so did Marshall. 2 goals inside 3 minutes. Wallace. Webb. Good block. Hughes hit Barrett. Ritchie. And Marshall is offside. Goodness me, John Hallworth did awfully well then. Parry down, shot from Hughes, hit Barrett. And suddenly Oldham were breaking, and at the end of it, Marshall was offside. And extra time gets closer and closer. Barrett does well to recover. Oldham. Phelan deciding to meet the challenge early. Marshall is away, Ritchie in the middle, it's going to be played in. The ball bobbled a little unkindly for him, but in truth he wasn't totally in control of the situation. Ritchie wanted the cross, and perhaps he should have been given it. He was under pressure, he waited too long. I think he didn't know about anything or anybody else other than to have a crack at goal, and he left Ritchie without possession. Still play goes on, and here's Danny Wallace, but the whistle now has gone for the second time in the day. We have extra time, both semi-finals going into extra time. Marshall getting the equaliser in the 76th minute, 3 minutes after Neil Webb had given Manchester United just a glimpse of those famous Twin Towers. 2-2, an extra half an hour is required, at least. Marshall, whose goal brought about the extra time, and certainly over the 90 minutes, Oldham did not deserve to lose. Milligan gets Oldham going again. Demands on fitness, demands on nerve. And fortune, always a major factor. Here's Holden. Gets the cross again. Redfern, the nod down. Marshall blocked in front of his goalkeeper by Steve Bruce. Bruce and Leighton were almost in the same boot then. Ritchie showed too much. Nicked away by McClare. Useful for Wallace. Test of his pace, now test of his finish. And he's equal to both. The face of delight is lost in the crowd. A fine ball through. The finish, as the goalkeeper came somewhat feet first, was what was required. Burst through two defenders, and Manchester United lead 3-2. Ince. Wallace. Good ball by Ince. Martin is the other side, coming in, number 2. And Barrett gets there just ahead of him. Crowd whistling for the half-time whistle of extra time. Oh, lovely control by Warhurst. This is Milligan. Palmer makes the diagonal run and finds Irwin, who needs a good cross and doesn't get it. Twice he's been well placed, Irwin, and has disappointed himself and his team. Now a third chance. Oh dear. Oh, you feel for him.
Well, they say they come in 3, so he's got that one out of his system. Next one, hopefully, will be all right. But Oldham still pushing forward, and certainly Man United. Steve Coppell probably watching this game back home, wondering if he's going to meet his old club Manchester United in the final. Can't relax right up until that final whistle.
It's half-time in extra time. And Oldham have 15 minutes left to save themselves. Booked to Wembley already in the Littlewoods Cup. Come back to square it at 2-2. Can they do it? 3-3. Hughes and Barrett. Oof. Starts with showing a bit from Mr. Robbins. Marshall has to chase his own pass and does, and is fouled. And Pallister got a knock after that, quite inadvertently, I think. He seemed to get a boot in the face.
Still out, Gary Pallister, as you say, it takes the time. I think just then he seems to be all right. Then he just must have felt and slumped down, and must have been a knock because he's still motionless lying there. And of course, a bit worried because Alex Ferguson has just brought Mark Robbins on. Lee Martin was unable to continue, so they haven't got a substitute to replace him. But at the moment, still lying there, smelling salts and everything, not working.
Good shots from the dugout for Manchester United. Archie Knox down there. And I think Pallister is coming round. Now Owen, who couldn't find the crosses, can he now find the free kick? Met well by Pallister. That's what you call a good recovery. Milligan. Yes, the space here for Marshall. And Palmer's far side. It's all square again. This is the stuff of schoolboy comics. Palmer. It was a fine ball from Milligan that put Marshall away, and Oldham have come back again. Marvellous stuff.
And look at Joe Royle there. I think he's rather enjoyed that equaliser.
I think you may have just made one of the understatements of the year, Travis Brooking. Webb takes it away. Oh, they had two men over. McClare! Oh, and he blasted when he needed control. 2 United to 1 Oldham, and then up came McClare. Webb forcing nerve and sinew, not a bad cross. Oh, and for a moment Horwood juggled with the header from Robbins. Barlow. Joe Wall has one check of the watch, and they've got to do it all again. The two managers with their arms around each other. It's been sensational stuff. 3-3 the final outcome. A replay on Wednesday.